to repin it. Oh, no.
Hey!
It says we're live.
Hey guys, welcome back. We're here again for another Whiskey Wednesday Nerd Rage with you guys. So, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Woo.
It is also the Day of the Girl, so cheers to that as well.
Oh.
Alright, so...
It is. Okay.
That is...
That one, well, it's, so last week's whiskey was like super sweet, and this one is like very smoky.
No, this is lovely. Alright,
We're
so...
broadening...
Our...
Spanning the range? Guys, I swear to God, I speak English.
Whiskey horizons.
We're already drunk, obviously.
Yeah,
one sip down.
Alright.
So, we would be remiss without not bringing up the biggest thing that happened in nerd news was the Szechuan sauce at McDonald's.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Just incredible news, folks.
I have a lot of anger about this simply because I saw that one little tiny dipping sauce pack went for $1,000 on eBay. And then I saw that the gallon jug that we had looked at, like on Amazon, which is, I don't even know, being sold like regularly, was actually sold this morning for $25,000.
$25,000.
Jesus Christ.
$25,000.
$25,000
for McDonald's Szechuan sauce because it has a connection to Rick and Morty, which, by the way, I'm a fan of.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a fan of.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you thought you were smarter than the rest of us.
Yeah.
Right?
I see what's happening. Okay.
I have a lot of shade to throw, okay? I have enough to go around.
You're correct on that, though.
No, it's
because
true.
apparently, according to the nerds who love this, Rick and Morty fans are smarter than the rest of us. And
yet they'll drive down from Canada
and then throw an actual adult human temper tantrum
on the floor
in a McDonald's because they couldn't get some fucking dipping sauce from a promotional Mulan thing. That's what it was originally for. It was a promotion for Mulan.
Right.
And also, the whole point of that episode was that the sauce doesn't matter.
Yes.
And that nothing matters.
Nothing matters. It's everything is insignificant. Like, it's just... It enrages me because I cannot believe that someone would sell that sauce online. I cannot believe that someone would buy that for $25,000 or even $1,000 for a little tiny packet.
McDonald's has learned their lesson. Don't ever do anything for nerds.
And it wasn't
here's the thing. Yeah, it wasn't connected. They just took advantage
I know.
of it.
Yes.
They took it, and I saw a quote where Dan Harmon was like, I mean, good on them, but like, it's not at all related.
Right.
Yeah.
They didn't, like...
It
cross-promote with.
Yes, exactly.
They never, and none of the promotion, none of the stuff even said Rick and Morty. The, like, the Szechuan poster, like, implied Rick and Morty with its, like, font and stuff, but, like, it didn't have anything to, like, I mean, it was a really smart,
and it's
one of those things where, like, it was a smart marketing move on McDonald's part, but it was also horrifying.
I agree, and I think that it really gave... like fans of the show who aren't that crazy a really bad name, and I think that this is something that
to be clear, as much as I have a lot of shade to go around, there are some very wonderful fans of Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I didn't go rushing out to McDonald's. I love this show, and I'm like, I'm not dumb. I'm not paying $1,000 for that. That's stupid.
I'm just not waiting in line.
But honestly, I think it gives like our culture a bad name. I think it really does, and I think it's like you guys like be normal. Like, what is your problem? What is your problem?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, this is just ridiculous.
Well, wasn't it you that was saying on Amazon you could have bought a jug for like $6 or something crazy?
It's super cheap. And I'm like, I wish I'd done it because that dude sold it for $25,000. Like, oh my God, why wasn't I thinking?
Yeah.
But of course, because I'm a decent human being, that's why I wasn't thinking.
Didn't flip it.
Didn't think
to flip a jug of promotional Mulan sauce.
I know. And I should have, and I have regrets about that now. I really have regrets. But anyway, so
drink some whiskey about it. It's okay.
It's just...
yes, so anyway, so that was my personal beef of the week that I wanted to nerd rage about.
Everybody was so crazy
damn
over it.
sauce. It was all over my feed. It was like everywhere, and like videos of literal tantrums being had at McDonald's. Oh, I waited out in the hot sun for like 5 hours just to be told that they ran out, and blah, blah. I was like, you idiot. Just,
we are slightly an entitled country. Just a little bit. But
that sums it up right there.
Yeah.
It's some damn McDonald's Szechuan sauce.
Yeah, and people being like, I'm never going to McDonald's again. And I'm like,
oh,
yes, you are.
Yeah, please.
A, you are. B, what?
Yeah. Like, if you...
I don't even know how long it's been since I've been to McDonald's, by the way. Oh, wait, we went, didn't we?
Yeah, we went when we were
our only option.
I was gonna say, I tend to only go to McDonald's when I'm on, like, a road trip or, like, I'm working and it's, like, that or no food, and that's when we got it.
Yeah, that's when we got it.
That's when we got it, because you had the whole thing with the guy at the counter where she went up and ordered exactly what she wanted, piece by piece, and then the guy went through and, like, literally asked her every question
single
she had
option
just...
all over again.
She had just listened. Like... And she was just, like, she looked at me, she was like... I'm not imagining that, right? Like, I said all those things.
I literally said it, yeah.
It was great.
Anyway.
And we also had to wait in a very long line.
Yes.
But we didn't throw a temper tantrum.
No, we didn't.
Because you're adults and
That's
human
right.
people. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, of course, big news. We had the big trailer drop for Star Wars, but before
I haven't
the
watched
trailer
it.
dropped...
I refused.
Yes, well,
Sorry.
but before the trailer dropped, we had the director telling us, don't watch the trailer because of spoilers. And it actually brings up a good point of I'm so sick and tired of trailers giving away too much and spoiling the movie before you ever see it.
Yes.
There's so many trailers that I've seen that I'm like, well, I don't need to see the movie now.
Know the whole thing. Got the whole plot.
Yeah.
Or the best jokes and the best action sequences are in the trailer.
Yes.
Or, even worse, they're in the trailer
and not
in
the movie.
Yeah, that's happened.
I mean, it's marketing.
Yeah.
Obviously. I mean, we know people in marketing.
Yes, and we also know people that write and direct trailers that actually have the actors come in and record different lines that aren't in the movie, so we totally get that. It's just frustrating.
Yes, I mean, there's a lot of false advertising going on to get people into the theater so that they can make their money back, which, whatever. Like, honestly, I don't care. I will definitely like a good trailer and go see it, and when something's not in there, I'm like, oh... They totally fudged that, you know, but it got me in, so whatever. Like, I'm the person that marketing works on. 100% I'm the person that works on.
There was a good stint of movies that I avoided all trailers, and it made movies really fun, but now that we're kind of in the industry, you gotta watch the trailers, and I was just too excited about Star Wars. I was one of them. I was one of those people that just had to watch it as soon as it dropped.
But only because it was there in front of me, and I was like, I'll watch it.
I have not watched it, but I've also done pretty good the last couple years of just, like, I just got really exhausted, I think, by, like, a lot of, like, really hyped up trailers, so I haven't watched...
Well, here's the thing.
Before I saw Spider-Man, I saw basically no trailers for it.
I don't think you really need to see the trailer. I'll be honest, like, I watched it, and we had two very
You know why I don't need to
reactions.
see the trailer? You know why I don't need to see the trailer? Because I already know I'm going to see the movie.
Also true.
The point of a trailer is to interest you in the movie. I'm already very interested in the movie, guys.
I want every little piece of Star Wars that I just want to eat it up, I can't wait for it. I'm just so excited. I just need it. I need every part of it.
And I watched it, and I was like, that was everything I expected. There was, like, literally, I'm sorry, but, like...
And the internet explodes.
I feel like everything that happened in there...
Ice boxes. There were ice boxes, and the Porg did the little...
Porg.
Like, the little yell that...
Yes, but, like, it's not like I disliked it. I liked it. I was like, oh, that's nice. Like, I like that. That's cool. I immediately forgot it afterwards.
Really?
Yes.
I only watched it once, so I feel like I haven't memorized.
Everything else that came online, I was, like, astounded over. I was like, wow, people are really flipping out over this.
Yeah.
And I saw it, and it was just, okay.
I already knew about Porgs, because they've had Porg merchandise at Disney for fucking weeks.
No, we've known what Porgs are, but it was really cute seeing it do the little Chewbacca yell with him. Like, Chewbacca yelled, and then he's like, ah! It was so cute.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
It's the new...
Ewoks, yes, I know.
Yes. But they're so cute. They're with their little otter faces.
You don't gotta tell me about cute shit in the Star Wars universe.
I'm
all over that.
Funny thing is they talked about is that somebody mentioned, like, hey, by the way, those are probably food, because what else do you eat on the islands other than the wildlife? So,
Good point.
It's like, oh, but they're so cute with their
And I also saw, like, how there was, like, some...
What? Your boyfriend just self-burned.
Oh, no!
I think, unless he was burning you. What monster would watch a trailer 100 times?
I think he self and burned.
I think he's self and you burning.
Well, I think there were parts about that were cool. Like somebody pointed out that, like, when Luke reached with his, robotic hand over to grab the thing, that he had the injury from Return of the Jedi that you could see, and I don't know why people are going nuts over that. I was like, well, that's just basic continuity.
Well,
like, they should have that.
Here's the thing. As nerds, we've been hurt so much before by terrible movies or movies that don't, like, remember things. What?
remind you. As
What?
nerds, we've been hurt so much before.
Yeah, wait,
It's fucking
hold
pop
on.
culture. Nobody touched you in the bad place.
Yeah, they did. I'm sorry. Wait, I am sorry. Can we talk about Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull? That shit? Can we talk
you know
about
what I did
Dragon
about
Ball
that?
Evolution?
I saw it and then ignored it and didn't worry about it again.
I know, I was like, well, that
or the
sucks.
prequels to
It
all
sucked,
the Star Wars?
and then I just didn't worry
move
about
on.
it again.
What?
And let it affect my
it
life.
hurts. What? I'm so angry. I still have so much rage. Ugh. Anyways.
Well, also, I have low expectations at this point.
So honestly,
Very low.
so that is a very good point. And I would say because of the hurt that we've had before, Beth, you have to go in with low expectations or you're going to get burned, and that's what I usually do.
I don't know, my bar for a movie is like, did it offend me and I wanted to walk out in the past 2 hours? No.
Yeah, I wanted to
it's
do that with
burden as a
X-Men.
piece of entertainment.
I sit there and I
X-Men
go,
3,
I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was a good time.
The Last Airbender, Wolverine
And
Origins.
also sequels. Let's
But
just
like
be honest,
again,
sequels
like
usually
wait,
suck.
I'm not
Sequels
expecting it to
used
be
to be
great.
amazing.
I'm not expecting
Aliens,
it to be great.
Terminator 2, sequels, The Empire Strike Back, sequels used to be amazing. What was that?
Ghostbusters 2 does not.
Hey, okay, I'm not
What
saying
about,
all
what
sequels.
about Kingsman?
I still didn't go see it yet.
Well,
I didn't even see the first
I
one
was-
until like a month ago.
I was
It just-
adequately entertained.
it was
but
wild.
I wasn't bowled over.
Well,
It was
I
so
mean,
much more wild.
Well,
than
that's a
y'all
good point too.
expected me
If you
think
get
it was.
like if you go in with the expectations of like that's how I felt about the second Independence Day movie. I was like, I'm going in for a kind of stupid popcorn summertime movie, and that's exactly what I got.
also, though, John Wick was amazing.
Yeah, see, there are good sequels.
Amazing. But
it should be
also,
when you get
low
more money.
expectations,
Yes,
blown out of the water.
exactly.
Fantastic. All right,
Speaking
now
of
we
low
should-
expectations, we now have
Now we
all the
should
nerd
show you.
shows coming back now. So we had Supergirl on Monday. We had Flash on Tuesday.
And we
We're going to
have-
get Supernatural
Yes.
soon, right?
And we had the Gifted debut,
Mm-hmm.
and and everything is moving along, I suppose.
Yeah, so what we wanted to talk about is just nerd shows that had such potential and then just didn't.
Yes.
And the number one for me is Arrow.
Arrow.
Because I swear to everything holy, if we have one more flashback episode
I
where
fast
it
forward to the
explains
flashbacks now.
exactly what the character is going
Are they
through
still doing
in the
that?
episode, yes.
Yes.
Oh, I stopped watching it in season 2 because I mean I know it's on the CW, but it was just like too
It was
CW for
aggressively
me.
CW.
That's exactly right.
And if I get one more like nerd girl that's actually just a model with glasses on,
Well, honestly, I was pretty impressed because the first season I hated it because literally every single woman that was written on the show was a bitch.
oh they were
They were
terrible.
horrible. I hated them all, and I was like, "What is it that they cannot write women?" And then it got better. Suddenly, they weren't all bitches,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Oh, good
okay."
job. I
cool."
feel like Arrow started off as like mommy/women issues, and Flash the first season was daddy issues.
yeah.
Like that was like
was.
it. It was very good. Do not get me wrong. The Flash was amazing. That
I
also
liked
has
the
kind
first
of been
season
like
of The Flash.
Yeah,
I still watch Flash, and I still enjoy it.
yeah. I enjoy it.
And I
think
did watch Supergirl, and honestly, this I know that they're gonna go dark. I'm not looking forward to that. I have a feeling it's gonna go to a place I don't like. But the initial episode last night that I watched was actually okay.
yeah.
And so, and honestly, when Calista Flockhart left, that's when I was like, oh, because she
But
was
she
like
did,
a strong.
but she did have some great comeback because she came back at the end of the last season.
She did, and she had a TV appearance in this first one. So I was like, okay, well, she's doing her whole remote thing because she didn't want to go to Canada and film whatever it is she's doing.
Because he wants to be with a husband, which I think is so sweet.
Yeah,
She has my favorite line in any show so far of these, in which she told someone they have the wit of a YouTube comment.
It's a good line.
Yeah, she was like a good character.
But
and
no, I don't know. I stopped watching The Flash like halfway through last year, and that's about the same time I stopped watching Supergirl. I really liked Supergirl, but then I felt like last year at a certain point they kind of hit a wall and everything became really repetitive, and like there wasn't any growth. Like I really liked, I liked the storyline between Alex and Maggie, and like that was very interesting.
And that's
to
still
me.
going okay.
And
Yeah, that's
and
going
that
pretty
was
well.
that was interesting to me, and I think that was good. But I felt like nobody else was really
growing or
doing anything.
Agreed.
And that was very frustrating to me.
Well,
And with
let's-
the Flash, I don't. I think it was
The
just
Flash,
like
whenever they make the main character
I just
unlikable,
thought-
I was like, why do you do that? I don't understand. Like, they made him go all crazy and weird because his fiance was going to die and whatever, and they made him go crazy. And it's the whole thing of like, even though we've all vowed to talk to each other and tell each other what's going on,
we're just
I'm
not
just going to keep this a secret and not tell anyone what I'm really doing and get everyone in trouble and almost kill myself. And
I didn't even get that far. I didn't even get that far. Danielle Panabaker was like just turning into Killer Frost.
Yeah,
that's another. Okay, and that frustrates me because the one girl that has a power that's not a speedster, for some reason, those powers make her evil.
Truth.
Why do they make her evil? That makes no sense.
Yeah, and I liked all those characters until they made me not like them. Like, and it's also one of those things where, like, part of the interesting thing about most of the speedsters is that they are, like, a bright spot in, like, what can often be in, like, an overly dark DC universe. Like,
yeah, that's
like
what's kind of
Barry
fun
and Wally
whenever...
are supposed to be, like...
True.
Yeah.
Like, positive figures. And...
the crossovers really show that too, because like they're just like beep boop boop beep beep boop, and then like Oliver over there is so sulky and.
But then like on their
dark.
own show, which I still have my own issues with the way they've rebooted Arrow to be that, but like, I have a lot of feelings about.
We could discuss this
about the Trash Boys in the context of the comics.
There's a whole thing of like, nerds getting mad because they take the characters in a direction they're not supposed to go. Okay, like, Supergirl's supposed to be one way, Flash is supposed to be one way, and we get mad when they're not that. And then we look at a show like Supernatural, which is not part of any kind of property. It's not. So I know, and I feel like that's the reason why it has that longevity and why people love it so much is because there's no expectations of it following a certain way or them being a certain way. It's like they've established what they wanted to establish and they've stayed true to it. And there's no canon that they have to like.
Yeah, they have to
follow. And I think
like 50 years of it too for a lot of comic books.
Exactly.
Some people, yes, and I don't think you're wrong that some people are upset that it's like not a certain way. But I think my problem with it is less that like it doesn't match with the comics, and more that like the things that I liked about the characters in the comics. I liked it because they also served the larger universe. They were everything felt balanced.
Yes.
It was about balanced storytelling, and I don't think that the way that some of these characters are currently written, it's like servicing the larger universe they're trying to build because everybody's the same character.
Right. And that's when I say, like, if they make Supergirl go dark, I'm like, well, am I not gonna like her anymore? Is that essentially what's going to happen? Because we already cute and bubbly. Like, I fell in love with her when she tasted ice cream.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god,
she was
amazing.
She was
She's
so great
and cute,
at
and I
being
love her.
Light and bubbly, but still having like character underneath that. Because it's very hard for actors and also writers to be able to depict somebody who is just happy and good and all that kind of stuff and actually give them weight at the same time. I feel like they did a really good job balancing that with Supergirl. But there was a severe rage moment for me in the season finale of Flash, which is not giving anything away because it's like it doesn't even make sense in the in the season finale. But so the whole reason they're in this trouble, right, is because Barry Allen messed with the timeline.
Oh yeah, and
so
his
then
solution is always to mess with the timeline more.
He goes back in time to get Captain Cold for no reason, and then puts him back. Like, he goes back twice.
Also, Captain Cold?
Barry's solution for fucking
with
the timeline is always just go back
to Captain Cold. I say no, sir.
Captain Cold is...
No with your ridiculous voice and
no with
character
your overacting. And you're, I hate him. That's why I don't watch Legends of Tomorrow. And I know he died on it. That's what I've heard. I don't care. I don't watch it. Because I cannot handle him. I cannot.
Yeah, I think Beth is the only one that watched.
Which is a shame.
It's a shame.
It's a shame that you're hot, Captain Cold.
I watched the first season and a half of that.
I just couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it.
And then in a way, after they lost Rip, I was less interested.
Yeah. Is anybody...
Which one of the reasons I watched it is because I am that trash that desperately wants Booster Gold. So I was like, "Ooh, Rip Hunter, maybe we'll get some Booster Gold." And then he was gone. Then I was like, "No, it's never happening."
No. Yes. So let us know in the comments if there's any shows that we missed that you wanted us to talk about for nerd shows that you're looking forward to, or that you felt like kind of
also
did not.
Actually, what I am looking forward to is every Titans announcement, every single Titans casting announcement makes me have hope in humanity.
Yeah, you're excited about that?
Just
All right. Okay. Good. Just
they think the year of our Lord 2017, we were gonna have an on-screen Hawk and Dove. And I'm just like, I'm alive.
Yes. So this transitions into TV shows that weren't given the right chance. For example, there was Firefly that was
that's like the
set in the wrong order. Mm-hmm. Now it seems that that's also happening with DuckTales.
Okay, this happens with a lot of kids shows, and it's happening right now with DuckTales. And I don't because it is because it is a cartoon, and it doesn't get the same kind of attention as like a network show. I don't think that it's like hurting its chances or going to like make it wrong. But it is very annoying. Like, I discovered that they're airing them the order. I saw one of the writers on Twitter posted, like, oh, I just saw the airing order for DuckTales, and, like, that's kind of wild. Like, here's the order we wrote them in. And it turns out the order they're being aired in is 1, 3, 5, 6, 10, 7, 8, 9. Which is not great because, according to him, he was like, yeah, there's a lot of things that, like, you'll kind of miss in terms of story arc, but, like, once they're all out, you'll get it. And that's that's just frustrating that, like, if you're going to ask somebody to create, if you're going to task your writer's room with creating something with an arc that, like, builds characters that isn't just a monster a week, that, like, builds a larger world, and then do a disservice to the episodes by airing them out of order, it's just very frustrating. And I know they've done this also. I've seen this done with Steven Universe before, too. And it also frustrates me that they do it with kids' shows, because in a way, I feel like it's
kind of
a huge
insulting
disrespect.
to them. Yeah.
Like, it's a disrespect to your audience. Like, oh, it's a kids show, so kids aren't going to notice. Kids are the first person to notice when something doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they're super smart when it comes to the
I noticed
line.
it. This is not a cartoon, but I also noticed it that they did it on It's Another Kids Show on Girl Meets World. They aired things out of order as well. And that's more of a teen show, so you're more likely to get somebody to be like, wait, that makes no sense with something that happened.
What's the reasoning behind it?
I don't know. It's always just said, like, oh, it's a programming concern. Like, it's always like a programming concern or a scheduling thing.
What?
But they're all the same length, so I don't know.
They're all the same length and they're on at the same time.
I don't know. So if there's anybody out there that, like, knows the ins and outs of programming and why this is done, I would be interested to know the actual reason, but it just seems like a disservice to the arc of your show, and it seems like an insult to the intelligence of your audience.
Yeah, and also, if you're the one programming it, right, you want to have people like the show, because then that sells more ad space, and it does well. Like, why would you, not on purpose, but why would you mess that up?
Well, why would you do it, especially if it's the type of show that has a continuity that's in it, where it's not, like she said, a monster of the week.
Yeah.
Like you can't, like, all of a sudden
and yes,
things are happening.
It is still a monster of the week,
sure,
but you can still have development within that.
Exactly.
Oh, somebody did, actually, Gary did point out to us that we did miss Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But that's, yeah.
Yeah,
according to him, it's the Marvel show that isn't terrible.
But here's the thing, babe, is that I tried the first 4 episodes, and everybody keeps telling me, like, just keep going. I'm like, why would I do that?
I watched, like, the first 3 seasons, because I watched some of them on Hulu when I was really, really, like, bored and waiting for work. And they were fine. And then once Adrian Padalecki wasn't on it anymore, I didn't care. And everybody now is like, oh my god, it got so good. Like, it's so good now, and, like, it's just Ming-Na Wen, and she's just, like, kicking ass. I'm like, cool. I'm not gonna watch, like, literally hundreds of hours of TV I don't give a shit about to see one good episode.
Yeah, and here's the thing, I'm a completionist. I can't skip to, like...
I know, and if you can't grab me, by the way, in the first half of a season, come on.
Yeah, I feel the same way about Gotham. Gotham was the same thing. Like, the first few episodes, I was like, nope, and everyone's like, oh, it's so good now.
I watched the whole first season and half of the second, and I liked it, but then, like, they didn't know where to go. It was like, uh-oh, now everybody's growing up, and they're supposed to be when they're kids, so now they have to stick Bruce in a costume. But I'm like, he's a teenager. He's not Batman yet.
No.
They really have a teenager little Batman running around.
Yeah. He's like started. Yeah, he's like
I am Batman.
But basically, I think also part of it is that like they literally can't sustain a Batman show that doesn't have Batman in it for that long. Like no one cares. And like, so they're just like pushing him into being Batman. And like Alfred's like encouraging him, which is weird because he never encourages him.
Yeah,
to be Batman.
I remember not liking the Alfred that they had going. That I was like,
he was okay because he's actually pretty cool because he's younger. but he kicks some ass. So I like it. Like, I like how he is, but and I also like the Penguin, by the way. I think he's like a fantastic character on that show.
I think that was
Alfred Pennyworth,
that was my
Master
favorite.
of Sass, is like my favorite version of Alfred.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just yeah.
Why are you yelling Ghost Rider at us, Gary? I don't even know what that means.
Ghost Rider.
Oh, I think he's on S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, he's on S.H.I.E.L.D. now? Is it any good? I guess it must be if you're that excited.
It was like the new, like, sexy Latino version that they also had in the comics.
Okay.
And he had a car.
Also, I still say everybody needs to watch Gifted, because I watched the first 2 episodes and the Gifted was really good.
Yeah, I've heard that's good, and I heard the one they did earlier this year that was not actually, it was an X-Men show. It wasn't an X-Men
Legion.
show. Legion? Yes.
Yeah. That was a little hard for me to get into, but it was.
I heard that it was trippy.
It was very trippy.
I've heard it's amazing. That's
yeah.
one that's still on my list for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. The comments aren't like live refreshing this week for some reason, so I have to keep refreshing it. So sorry if I'm missing anybody, but so far it just looks like Gary.
Yeah. Thanks, Ed.
Just Gary. That's because he feels bad because last week we shamed him for not watching.
Yeah, because he took a nap instead. Thanks, babe.
Calling you out on a video.
It's funny. It's alright. He called her out for watching the trailer 100 times.
Yeah, it's also true. He was probably calling himself out as well.
He called himself out on that.
Before we went back, my point was, if somebody can tell me why you would air something out of order in a way that does a disservice to the narrative arc that you've asked your writers to create, I would like to know.
Yeah, what possible excuse you could have.
Like,
it doesn't make sense.
Like I said, the famous one is the Firefly one,
yeah.
and that one, I think they aired in the way they did because they felt that, like, it was very early. It was like the pilot was switched or something. Like, the pilot and the first episode, or the first and second, like, were switched.
Like
it was, like, very, very early on, and it had to do with them, like, wanting to put, like, a more, like, action-packed episode up top to draw people in. And as much as I still think it's a mistake, as an argument, I understand where that came from, even if I disagree with it. But for something like a kid's adventure show where every week is action, like, it's not like you have bottle episodes in a kid's animated show.
Yeah.
I don't get it. And I mean, I'm still really pumped. I'm watching all of them. I'm watching them every week.
Yeah, and we're live tweeting them, aren't we?
Yeah, we're live tweeting them.
Some of them I've been live tweeting, not all of them, because I want to spare some of you people. Literally, my husband, if he was watching, but he's working, could verify that as I was walking, we went to Disneyland last week to see all the Halloween stuff, and then I saw a DuckTales poster, and I ran up to it, and he has a picture of me next to it, just like, very excited, and then I ran away from the poster and literally did a high kick and just yelled, "I'm so pumped about Catherine Take's Magical Dispel!" Just like in public, I screamed that. I'm an adult human who did that.
That's why we're friends, right here. So to wrap up our Nerd Rage of the week, we have a Nerd Rave about a rage. Eminem did an incredible...
This morning.
Yeah, did this incredible freestyle rap.
Yep.
Destroying Trump. It is quite amazing.
He did it at the BET Awards.
Haven't watched it, watch it now.
Highly recommended.
Very good.
He did actually destroy him, though.
Yes.
I mean, it's certainly a fire diss track, but like, at the same time, we live in a universe in which someone's making a diss track about the president, and that's like, oh, it's gonna wreck him, like, because he's a fucking child and has the emotional, like, depth of a child.
Caused a whole Twitter thing.
No, it already caused a whole Twitter thing, and
did.
like, the only thing it accomplishes at the end of the day, because it doesn't change his base's mind, it doesn't change, all it's going to do at the end of the day is that he's gonna focus on Eminem for a week instead of provoking nuclear war with Kim Jong-un.
Well, that's still pretty good.
Alright.
But, like,
I mean, I'll take it. I'll take not going into World War III.
I mean, I get that, but
versus
like,
him just like being a little baby on Twitter.
I wish that there's a really good Vanity Fair story today about people like close to him saying that he's becoming like unraveled and he's. But they've been talking about that forever, and it changes nothing. He still could get reelected right now. He could, because his approval rating is like 30 to 40% overall, but in swing states it's like low 40s to high 40s.
Well, on that depressing note, just go see the rap.
The rap is awesome. I've loved Eminem since the 90s, so I'm a fan, and I'm super pumped that he did this, especially since he's been staging his comeback. So
Has he?
Yes.
This is the first time I've heard of him since the 8th grade.
Well, because you're not a fan like me.
I'm not a fan.
So
So there we go.
I was like 6 when 8 Mile came out. That's
All
not
right,
true.
all right.
Because you're like 15 years younger than me. Jesus.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I
Wait,
don't
we
remember.
don't rage at each other. That's the rules. All right,
Just saying,
all right.
all I remember
Anyways,
is that all the dumb boys in my class were very into it.
thank you for joining us while we drank whiskey from a sweet decanter and raged a little bit. So let us know what you thought, what you want to rage about next week, and we will see you then.
Now I'm just mad.
Drink the whiskey.
Dropping
Drink
it on the
whiskey.
computer.